Hello there, Nostalgiacon. How's everybody doing? Alright, let's get this panel on the road. So, without further ado, we're gonna bring out today's guest. We got Candi Milo coming out to the stage. Welcome, welcome.
I was putting on lipstick.
You don't need it, you're good, you're good.
Okay, Jose, where can I stay?
Go ahead, wherever you like. This one has an actual food dress, so feel free. Oh, there you go. I like it.
Órale, pues, the flea's in the house.
Exactly. Next up, we got Debi, Derryberry. Welcome, welcome. Anywhere you like, feel comfortable.
Can I sit by Candi? Okay,
That's awesome.
sitting by Candi.
There we go. And absolutely, next up, we
like
got
candy.
Marty Grabstein coming on stage. Let's do a warm applause. Welcome, all the. Yeah. So you can have
Doing my Jerry Lewis thing. All right. So you guys sit over there, I sit over here.
Well, you know, we're gonna let you be
We're
the
gonna
boss.
get along very well like this.
I think
There you go.
so. It's not because you're stinky.
Even though I might be, but it's not because of that.
Exactly.
Right, it's not because of that.
right.
It's not because of that.
It's an interpersonal communication. Let me clear the air. I'm Marty Grabstein. It's not that impressive. Come on.
That's really impressive. Come on now. Yeah.
All right. So I am recovering from a stroke. So I three months ago. Is there no shame in this room? Anyway, so that's why I'm speaking strangely. So give me a little break, guys, all right? But anyway, I'm gonna do my best. My speech is returning bit by bit. I'm coming back, my friends. Honored to be sharing a panel with the lovely lady Derryberry and Candi Milo.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm exhausted already, man.
You can take a
How
break.
fucking cute was
You
that?
guys try saying my last name after you had a stroke.
There you go. Exactly. Kudos to him. Welcome first of all. So
Thank you.
how's San Antonio been so far for you guys?
Órale! I love it. I love it. I think it's
Great.
great.
It's a lot warmer than Los Angeles.
A lot.
It's been cold in Los Angeles.
Really?
This is much better weather.
But
Yes.
a beautiful place, San Antonio.
Yeah.
Is, you know, the
That it is.
river walk,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, the animal, all of it. Downtown was great,
Absolutely.
you know.
I like the queso.
There we go.
I wanted to see the Alamo, but I didn't because I was afraid I wouldn't remember. What? What? What did you even say?
That's comedy, my friend.
Thank you so much. I wanted to take a mental picture of it so I could say, I remember the Alamo.
There you go.
Maybe
You
not.
guys, this lady is so funny. Like, she's always funny. Like, in Neutron, I'm just the straight guy. I do nothing funny. She's so dang funny. Everybody in the cast, but you make me laugh, sister.
Thank you. We haven't seen one another because there was that little disease thing going around, and it just about took us all out. And it's so wonderful to see my friends and people that, you know, I admire Marty and all of his voices, Courage the Cowardly Dog. But Debi, Derryberry and I go back a long, long way, and it's so wonderful to see our friends live and in person, and whether it's fist bumps or hugs. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
No
And we-
more fist bumps, okay? Shake your hand already. The microbes are gonna appear here as well. All right. Sorry.
There you go.
You'll have very little to do.
No.
I was just gonna say.
You'll carry on.
Yeah,
I'm
we
okay.
will.
So,
All right.
many different characters that you all have voiced, right? But I would like to know, I think we all know here which ones they're most recognized for, right? But I would like to know what is sort of the most obscure one or less known one that you have gotten recognized, maybe at a convention like the one today.
I would say I've been lucky because I'm old, so I've done this a long time. But one of the most obscure voices that I have ever done is that I was the teacher in Cow and Chicken. Yeah. Cow Chicken, did you want some pork butts and tater tots? Sit your behind down. That is like so, because it was such a cast of big characters and everybody was so big, and I had done that character a lot of times and people found it really offensive, which makes me excited. And people were like, no, we're gonna tone her down and tone her down. And the animator, who was also the producer, David Feast, who drew the show, was like, no, more. And we ended up doing an entire episode called The Ballad of Teacher. And it was like, down in Louisiana, there was everybody riding horses. And we did the entire episode. And I can't remember if it was Bo Diddley or somebody else that played guitar the entire time with Bill Burnett. And I was like, so that's the most obscure and nobody ever asked.
Wait, have you guys seen Candi's Tide commercial? You know, the Tide commercial where the grandparents are folding the clothes? Come on, it ran for like 25 years.
Debi.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Now you're going to go Google on YouTube right quick.
Yeah.
Tide commercial with Candi Milo.
Grandparents, and then at the end, a little girl was a full. She had chocolate all over her thing, and we shot that in Mexico City, right before it shut down. And I remember coming back, and I had like this kind of a voice, and this is allergies, but I had kind of a husky voice, and I remember coming back and going to the doctor, and on the front it was like, please wear a face mask if you've been to China or Mexico City. And I was like, what's going on here? I just got back from shooting a commercial, but thank you, Debbie. It was really fun.
You know what else you did? One of my favorite on-camera commercials, because she's like brilliant in front of the mic, but also on camera. You did this commercial for a clothes store, and you went, open.
Mervin's department.
Open. That was so.
I used to have a waist. I used to be so cute. It's over. Thank you, Debbie. I love you. All right, Deb, what's your most obscure voice?
Oh gosh, here's one that nobody even found today. Have you guys seen the Christmas Chronicles movies?
Yes.
See, no, you've seen them? Well, at the opening of the movie, there's this little elf. I pay Spec the elf, and he doesn't even speak English. The person who wrote Elfish wrote, what's that movie that language in Game of Thrones? Help me out. Dothraki. He also wrote Elf for Elfish for that, and I was like, I did his whole elf thing on that. But you guys aren't cheering, so I'm going to tell you about.
I will tell you the most obscure voice I know Debi Derryberry did was, I believe, and you'll tell me if I'm wrong, you did the leapfrog thing. So did you guys know leapfrog? She was so cute in that leapfrog.
And we learned it all here at the Talking Words Factory. Oh wait, this other weird job I did, or am I wrecking a question?
No, absolutely, go for it.
You probably don't remember, but there was a movie called Free Willy. Well, they needed a short scuba diver to ride the whale for the boy, because of course you're not going to put a 12-year-old boy on a killer whale.
You did not.
So I actually was the body stunt double, and I rode that whale for 7 weeks in Mexico City at Rio Aventura. It was great. And so anytime you watch that movie, now you're going to go watch it, when he runs around the whale tank and falls in, slips and sinks down to the bottom of the tank, and the killer whale comes and rescues him and takes him up. That's all me. Just pause it. You'll see the waist got a butt. That was a fun job.
Marty, what's your most obscure voice?
Well, actually, compared to these ladies, my experience in the voiceover industry is really like a freshman, actually, because most of my stuff has been character work on the television shows and appearing on various network shows, independent films. But bearing in mind the question that I will indeed answer, that I played in an independent animated short film. I don't even know the name of it, but Tourette. It's very funny because it's about Tourette syndrome, and I actually sounded just like now that I was experiencing Tourette syndrome. That's just now I was doing it. Anyway, I was with Michael Imperioli. We appeared as various elements of tics that was happening.
Did you say tits?
Ticks. No, really young crowd, man.
Sorry, that's what I thought you said.
But it's not a dirty word anyway. George Collins said it doesn't even belong on the list, right? Anyway, but that being said, I was really kind of, my voice, essentially, I won't be able to do justice to it right now in my present debilitated condition. But anyway, something like I was doing, like like that kind of thing. That you heard that kind of thing. Anyway, it was used by Tourette syndrome, the organization that was trying to foster awareness for it. So it's a great working with the Michael Imperioli, though. That was a quite of a thing to work with him. There you go. I answered the question.
Thank you for that. So again, within those so many characters, some of my favorites are Dexter's, from Dexter's Lab, of course. Exactly. And of course, Jimmy Neutron, right? Now those have something in common, as they were very much involved in science and technology, right? So I was just wondering, did either of you sort of, when you were younger maybe, or in school and stuff, did you guys lean towards that kind of subjects, more of the STEM?
Well, I went to UCLA. I was a pre-med, and I graduated in kinesiology with a pre-med major. So I was ready to go to medical school. So I, of course, made my dad happy and went to Nashville to do country music.
Wow.
He was not happy. But so when I booked Jimmy Neutron and he had all these huge words, it was a no-brainer for me because, of course, I've had organic chemistry, biochem, cal, physics.
There you go.
So, STEM.
I inherited my role on Dexter from a good friend of mine and our friend, Chrissy Kavanaugh, who had enough and left the industry, and she had called me and let me know that she was walking away, and it was sort of, when there's a vacuum on a really incredible show. She had done the first 2 years. They had the third year in the box and getting ready to animate because we record voices first, and they stopped animation on it. And what we do in our industry is we don't audition for each other's roles when we're trying to get paid. We don't do that. We just don't do it because then you have to sit in a room with us at some point, and you don't want to do that to me and then sit in a room with me because it's just not done. Do you know what I mean?
It's not etiquette.
It's not good etiquette because
etiquette.
we're all in this for the long haul until we're very, very old. So I got the okay to do it, and I took it over, and I didn't struggle so much with the science. Was that it was hard for me to get Chrissy's rhythms of her jokes, because her jokes paused in certain places, and my dad was a stand-up, so my jokes paused in different places. We had different rhythms, and so Gendy Tartakovsky was furious, and he was so upset that Chrissy had left, and he was really upset that I was doing it, and he came down and he said, "Let me tell you something right now. You are not doing everything. First of all, I don't know where you're getting it, but Dexter, it's not French." And he said, "It is sort of like, and I don't know what is happening, but you're doing some sort of a Russian thing." And I just sat here and I said, "I'll be damned, Chrissy, you're doing Gendy." And that was like the greatest moment. And suddenly, I'm being absolutely serious. This is a true story. And he is yelling at me, and he was like, "And I think you're slightly crazy." And I was like, "Why?" And he said, "Because you're smiling." And I was like, "As soon as you shut up and sit down, I'm going to be able to do this voice just fine." And the thing about Dexter is you have to do his voice as if English is not your first language.
There you go.
And that is really what it is. And that's where Chrissy paused when she did it the first time. And I was like, "Okay, I got it." But it was just so funny. I don't know where you're getting that English French. I don't know where you're getting like a Russian accent. And I was like, maybe because you're from Russia, I don't know. I'm pretty certain she was doing you. So, no, I was going to be on in Living Color and Mad TV. I was testing. I was never a STEM girl. I had done really well in school, and much to my father's chagrin, I didn't want to be a lawyer. But I had gone to law school at the University of Santa Clara and got the hair and came to LA, but I wanted to do sketch comedy. That's what I wanted to do. So I do all of my sketch characters in my cartoons.
Awesome. Awesome.
Marty!
All right, so we got a couple of minutes here. We're gonna open it up to the fans, all right? There is a microphone right here on the right. We're gonna take this quick, guys. Only one question per person. I think we only got about a couple questions worth of time. So, sorry about that, but let's get started with you. Hello, what is your question?
Hi, greetings. I'm also I was a STEM major. I did my BS and MS in biology. Go science. So for the scientists in the room, did y'all have a favorite episode that was actually really scientifically accurate?
Okay, this is the only time we're answering that question. What's your favorite episode? You got it?
Scientifically accurate.
If that's your question, sit down.
That was the most scientifically accurate.
Okay. My favorite science episode is, I don't know, but I have a funny story. Like once I had Botox on my lips, and then I had to go into Jimmy Neutron and say dinosaur names, like Costeroptilus and Coloboplanus, and I couldn't say them. I was like, boom, boom. So don't have Botox on your lips.
I do want you to know.
That's the moral of the
I
story.
remember that
I
episode.
hope that answered your question.
That is science interrupting cartoons. Because I remember that, and then we had an isolation booth.
And Nick, right, in
and
the
they
corner.
put her in because every time she said something, me and Rob Paulson and Jeff Garcia, we'd start laughing. We're like, what the hell is she saying? And like literally, like this, and we were like, so they had to put her in the ISO booth, and
I had to re-record that episode after my lips calmed down. It
Thank
was
you.
pretty funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very funny.
That's my science story.
No
Nice to
science
do it.
to me.
Oh,
There's that computer
Courage
episode.
the coward.
The computer virus episode.
That's right.
There you go.
Technically, I should have known. You know better than me anyway.
There you go. Thank you for your question.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Candi?
Yes.
I did not know that you were the teacher on Cow and Chicken. Can you please can you shut your pie hole up?
listen to me, you little rascals. Why don't you sit down and shut your pie hole? Cow, chicken, time for pork butts and tater tots. Because I'm also mom.
All right, guys. So this is gonna be our last question for this panel. So go ahead.
Good single. My question is, I did not know about you riding the whale. What was that like?
It's like sitting on a big wet tire on a balance beam. It was, I called Lloyd's of London. Mom and Dad said I should get insurance. They said no. Lloyd's of London turned me down for medical insurance, for, hazardous insurance. But I showed up and I'm an animal rescuer anyway.
Yes.
So to me, it was just like a really big dog. And they said, you're just gonna go on the hookah line, which is like a regulator the tank's on deck. So you just sit 18 feet down with the whale with a wetsuit and just sit there. And then he comes by and he's like, hello, what do you smell like? Let me look at you. And I just sit there breathing air and hi, whale. It was super fun, but I felt really bad because if you had asked me today to do a job with a mammal in captivity, never. I completely am against it. I was very young then and didn't know the difference, and I was glad that movie raised the awareness, and now pretty much no animal parks have these beautiful water mammals in captivity. But not knowing that, it was a pretty cool job.
There you go. Thank you for your question. That is gonna do it, guys, for this awesome panel. Let's give it up for our amazing guests. Remember, you can stop by and see all of them on the guest side over here on the convention here.
We're next to each other.
Absolutely.
I am on the other side. They keep me away from them.
I will tell you this before we go. As we're leaving, Courage the Cowardly Dog is my favorite cartoon.
Boom.
That's what I watch. Courage and Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Because I like to see them get smacked in the head with frying pans. Like, I miss cartoons where people get hurt. Little Reasons I Live Alone.
Thank you so much. Let's give it up once for them.
Nice to meet you.